Welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. In today's video, we will be playing a new standard best of one brew, Leyline Warp. Now this is an Izzet Aggro deck utilizing the new cards from Through the Almond Path's Giantcraft Helm as well as the Leyline Weaver, both of which synergize with the old but relatively recent Warp mechanic, as they both require cards mana value 4 or greater, or in the Weaver's case 4 or greater. Our deck just maintaining that 5, and so through this we can cast, for example, the Quantum Riddler for 2, but it would untap the Weaver. It would freely equip the Helm, and now that is just crazy value when we can compound that with flashing that card back into play to further capitalize on that warp mechanic. I'm sure you're already familiar with that. And also, applying additional pressure on the front end through some haste. We have summoned Brynhildr here as well as Full Bore. Full Bore goes on the warped creature, and the summon will affect the next creature to enter on those triggers, right? Also giving you a little bit of card advantage there, which is nice. Removal in the deck, Torch the Tower, Abrade, nothing special there. Protection through Shore Up can also untap you, which is nice to do a fancy block. And then Splash Portal would, I guess, technically untap you as well if you attacked with haste, then flickered it back into the battlefield to sidestep that Warp Return to Exile, because you can cast it again for that reduced cost, and then flicker it back into play for just 1 mana, which is quite nice. So the deck is a lot of fun. We also have the new land here, Multiversal Passage, which I'm already a big fan of. And, this deck is phenomenal. I hope you enjoy. Decklist in the description below. If you have any thoughts or considerations while we play out these matches, do not hesitate. Hit me up in the comments, because this could use some improvement potentially, and I'd love your expertise on that. Cheers, enjoy, and I'll see you after to wrap up. And, I've got a couple other ideas of my own that we can consider. Look at this hand. Going first. Yeah, I mean, we'll play that later as needed. And that's the cool thing, is it doesn't have to be an early, you can save it for later, and maybe you don't have to pay life for it. Like, as you can weave it into, your available mana or required mana. I'm gonna go right with the Leyline. This is like maybe a combo deck, maybe a Una Reanimator. That's a 1-turn win deck. Excuse me, 1-turn kill. Gets me nervous. Whoa, what's going on there? I see Una. All right, let's play summon first. Not a land, that's interesting. And let's go blue here, because the spiders can be red. Pay life. Play another spider. And then we've got a nice haste attack. Oh, there's a blocker though. We do have the removal. Is that going to be enough? 1, 2. Yeah, it will be. It will be. Gosh darn tune, specifically with that land. Unos, dos, tres. Well, not really, but untap our creatures. Comes in with haste. That's so good. Equip it. Yes, please. Oh, also, while we're here, if you wouldn't mind. And then that's a big hit. Yeah, we'll discard. We'll keep the best of them. Shore Up is not going to work. Do we want the removal? Yeah, that can stay. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, we could have splashed it. Oh, no, we couldn't. We don't have... So cards we're keeping. Shore Up gets kept. The Dragon gets kept. The Helm gets kept. The Dragon gets kept. The Dragon get... Well, no, we don't need that many dragons. How are we removing Yuna? We have to double remove with a braid torch. Those are some good cards. It's a good card though. What are they destroying though? She's a good card. But I think we're just a little bit faster. Leyline Weaver. Sure. What's the ward on this? Going first. I just love this hand. Let's keep it. Helm in. We can even just come in tapped on 2 if we want. Or save it. Should we sit on this or take the draw? Sit on it because you can splash it next turn. Yeah. And so we shall. The Bailoff is a good card. Hit for 5. That's not good. I feel like we should probably first burn the recruit. What do you mean burn the recruit? Just put up a blocker. This thing is a 4/6, dude. You're gonna be okay. Not to mention the, what is it, +4? Yeah. And then just splash it back, re-equip, take a second draw. Okay. This is tapped, remember that. Well, that's not a terrible card, but that, again, against a green deck at an 8/10, that's good. I'm gonna kill that one recruit, I think. I wanna flicker the Starwinder. They get wicked awesome counters. I think we decline. Do we want to hit for 12? It is lethal next turn. Let's race, baby. I mean, it is lethal. Oh. Down to 1. Now that is close. Good old-fashioned race. Crazy. 1 life's all it takes. Typically I would toss this hand. I'd say, wow, that's such a garbage hand. Who built this deck? But because we have a summon in hand, I guess it redeems itself. The land looks good. This is going to grab a warp card, obviously. Oh, so much land in this deck until you cut a land and then there's no land. I swear on all that is holy, Arena. I'm trying to film a video here. It's crazy. Maybe we go down to 22. Maybe we go down to 22. Well, it's just a land anyways. Borgullet. Ah. The haste would have been real nice. Oh, and I played the wrong land here. Shoot, I guess I would just keep this in hand then. We need a double blue there. That's okay, we'll chill out. I usually make my decks so powerful that you can misplay several turns and still win. What does that thing even do? Let's call it lifelink. Up to 16. Did you just say up to 16? Well, you got a glass is half full, right? Classically, this would be best, but let's just warp in, take a draw, another land, and then splash portal it into existence permanently. We're gonna want to keep this. Just defending. If they play in a Johnny, some form of like life gain capitalization. Ew. Never mind. Just protect ourselves on the turn. Removal in a mono white lifelink deck. That is aggressive. And it's not even sheltered by ghosts, right? Yikes. Drop the Vanguard off at school. Of course, Arena, you are the best. I'm definitely cutting a land from this deck. I don't care how many times we brick. It's going on long enough. I was just gonna say, let's just get this land out of the way immediately. If they have more removal, I'm going to be upset not taking this damage. We keep the mana open as a bluff. We could also just remove something. Tower can sacrifice the map as needed. They're going to assume that we've got protection again. As they should. Nice. And then you go and totally redeem yourself. First, I'm going to warp it. Take out the lions. Oh, that's gravy. Don't you. Hexproof and indestructible? Who do you think you are? Yeah. I'm going to keep that to potentially sacrifice. I don't want to, you know, misplay it all. One extra damage. The Scry could come in handy here. Specifically as we're looking at the links. I misplay enough as it is. Right, let's just be cautious. Take things slow. Walk away with the W. This land's pretty cool. Specifically in the colors that don't have the dual shock land. Another glory. Don't say it. Glory Heath Lynx. Excuse me? Do you think they have protection again? Oh, no, you don't. Arena. We have to stop meeting like this. Let's take our turn. Oh, beautiful. Riddler with a double draw. Riddler with a double draw. Oh, that triggers them. As it delighted me in equal proportions. Our opponent will be going first here. That's okay. We have a lovely hand. In slow. No removal needed, but a reanimator deck? Oh no. What do you discard? Ah. Leyline Weaver in. Maybe we get a splash portal. Overlord for more mill. 4 lands. Whoa. Let's play our summon. You take it now. Save the other one for the Riddler, which we can now play with haste. And tapping. We'll do the other one as well. This one we're going to haste with full bore. So kind. Here you go. Oh, they messed me up. It's supposed to go on this one. Man, your goes are undervalued. It was meant to go on the other Riddler. Yeah, you can take summon. That's fine. I messed that up. I messed that up. Man, shut your mouth. They would have been at 3. And I'm sure still just reanimating their card. See, not so funny. Oh, I get you. My bad. Here you go. Ah, what a bully, dude. It's like I misplay enough as it is. Don't rush me. Here you go. All right, land looks good. We have a Starwinder, which is a little expensive, but I think it'll be okay. We're in tapped. Helm can sneak in really whenever, you know. Oh, maybe less time than we think, though. Slide that in right now. It's going to be our secondary blue source in tapped. And, well, you know what we're doing next turn. That has more than one toughness. Unfortunately, feels like a bit of a waste almost. Continuing to curve out is nice. Should we go slow? Yeah. We should have also maybe played the land after, but it's okay. It's a slow land, but we already have 4, so it's okay. Just trying to get more value from the Hellkite here. There it is. Exactly what we were looking for. Philadelphia. Milling 3. Creature or land from the grave to hand. It's a land. Our turn. We grab another land, so I don't really... I'm not worried about playing that at all. Let's go in for 3. Hold up our removal, or should we just go right in and take a big hit? Because this is going to have haste later. They're tapped out. Yeah, let me just take this damage. It's massive. So they have to block that. Then we get to save our Hellkite. I honestly thought that had flying. I'm going to be honest. This doesn't have flying. What do you mean it doesn't have flying? So we probably should have just went with the Hellkite there. I just assumed. You're telling me a 7 mana star-based Leviathan like this is cosmic as all hell. That doesn't have flying on it? That's just so crazy to me. Do we need that 5th land? No. That's crazy! So this is, you know, kind of a dead play, but we hold shore up in case there's interaction. Take our hit. It does warp back. But it's got haste again next turn. This will be 6, so, you know, we have protection on it, which is nice. I guess his static ability is quite nice. Let's just try that again. Nova Hellkite's so good. Casual 8-9 coming in. Hello! I love the draw, though. It's just a little expensive. This card would be good if it had Convoke on it. The Warp's not terrible. You almost never want to cast it for 7. And now in the future, we've all learned that that card doesn't have flying. Did you know? Confounding Vriddle. What would they possibly have to deal with us? They would need a double spell. Cast like a sorcery speed first, we protect, and then an instant speed on the stack. Down to 3 mana. Enigma Jewel is active. Good game. Okay. We can keep 7 here. I love having Summon in hand. I love having Leyline Weaver in hand. And then a Warp card, Hellkite here is cool. I wish I could play it immediately. Wouldn't that be nice? In early, Starwinder up with the portal on as early as 4. Actually, as early as... Well, no, this is blue, so not as early as 3. Ramp, first and foremost. Then we could flash our Hellkite to kill Tifa. Don't tell anyone, though. And that's going to require them to not have removal. Or, like, interaction of any form. Just play a Hydra. Chocobo's good. Warp in. Oops, we should have attacked. My bad. Let's kill Tifa too. I'm so upset right now we're missing our 4 damage. Actually, you don't miss it. You can still attack, but then we don't have a defender. I will still attack. We are missing the defender here. That's a missed sequence. We should have been able to attack and have the defender, right? That's an oops, my bad. Would we have defended this, though? It doesn't look like it. So, all in all, never punished. It's a lot of juice there. We'd have to draw a land. Which I can't guarantee. Of course we do. That would have been perfect. We could have flickered our Starwinder. That could have been blue too, I suppose. Let's kill the elf with our portal. Does that matter even? They are low on life. I kind of need that for the winder, though. Leave the elf and just flash block. Because it does untap us too, right? I mean, in theory, they could counter this. We get the elf, we get the chocobo. The little the big chocobo stays, I suppose. It's only a 1 mana, but you get trample on it. Overprotect, nice. Good game. Sneaky trample. Classic. That's hard to stop. There's really no knowing about that. Going first with removal and protection. I guess we should keep it. You know, there's matches where you beg for removal, right? Your opponent's on the play, and you're like, man, if I don't have a removal spell, I am cooked. But here, you know, we have that. And because of that, we won't need it, right? And we'll be begging for more value instead. I doubt we need to Abrade. I'm sure tower's acceptable. I'll take that back immediately, sir. Well, we can't cast on their turn anyway, so... Irrelevant! Curving out, looking for... I guess some additional value. The draw here is nice. Do you think they run counter spells? Nah, way, dude. Should we deal with that? I don't want to say yes. Nah, we want to kill a voice instead. Or like a headless whatever. The 1-mana mobilize. Well, if we're casting it on 5 anyways, we may as well warp it now. However, we might not want to cast it till 6 for the protection. That's quite likely. Do we have a disconnect? I mean, the land's there. Slam the land and... Let's go. They're here. Live in studio! Edo Lag! It's an appropriate name. It is, right? Like, that's awesome. You gotta stay true to the brand. Should we dunk Adelphia on that? Sacrifice the helm? Question mark, question mark. I kind of think so. It's such a good card is the thing, right? Pardon them, they're on a work call. I cut a land from the deck, by the way. It's a good game. Great game. Well, I mean, the haste isn't terrible. I think we're a little past needing haste, though. Right? Ay, ay, ay. So now that we have, like, you know, enough lands to do whatever we need, we can, like, just kind of put these passages in tapped, and it doesn't matter. 7 lands? Really? We only need 4. They're doing their thing, eh? They're tapped out. Unless they play this land here. They get a creature instead. Okay. Oh my god! Could be worse. Did they copy my Riddler with their Mockingbird? That would be good. Can we hexproof this? I honestly don't know for science. They still get to do it. It doesn't say target, so I was kind of thinking they would, but you got to figure it out for yourself sometimes. Oh, shoot. I meant to give it haste ahead of time. Well, we'll just take surprise trample. Does not give trample? Oh, that specific creature has to be cast for the warp, not another. So we didn't need to F that up. I was trying to be sneaky. That's not a sneaky spell. I'm just so upset about the land still. That would have been a nice draw too, that we messed up. Classic. They just play another Mockingbird too, don't they? Interesting. Ah, that could be removal. Oh, yeah, they want it. Not enough, though. Well, it's more than I'm doing. Man, that's another land. Ooh, that's a big draw. Is it enough to swing in our favor, though? Interesting. It's a really good draw. So yeah, you know, again, I build my decks to the point where you can misplay and still do okay. Hexproof and indestructible. Interesting. Oh, they're going to destroy everything? That's good, dude. But is it good enough? Swing for a casual 11. It's not enough. Again, the fling would be great here. I'm gonna kill the headliner as well. Classic, see you next Tuesday. I love this game. It's the best. We should have left it warped into exile. Would have had lethal here. That's all I'm saying. How could you misplay it every turn? I was greedy. I wanted to kill the headliner for some reason. That's better than hitting for lethal, I guess. Fair enough. I might be cooked. Again, how do we have more land in our hand still? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 lands. A little above average. Not, I guess, obscene. Just feels that way lots, right? Oh, they're coming to get me. Interesting deck. I guess Hellkite off the top would be nice. Oh, would you look at that? I have 22 lands in deck only. That's crazy! 12 lands, well over 50%. And we still have 6 from our top side. This is a good game, I think, right? I would have just drawn another land anyways, so it is what it is. Okay, opponent's gonna go first, which is a bit of a bummer. I don't know what cheat codes they're using. It's crazy. We're in with a fast quick land. 3 or earlier, right? And then the rest of our lands are okay. Do we want to go with the Weaver before the summon? I think maybe we do it the other way around. Nah, let's do this way. And then we can play this before a land, and if we top deck a land, we'll play that land. A lot of land here. I don't really care for that. Ooh. Reanimator. With some removal along the way. Ooh-wee. Another land. Wow, that's really cool, Arena. It is what it is. I mean, that just means our next draw is going to be really good, right? A splash portal. Two mana still. Filling that grave up with some goodies. Ooh, the Mind Bidden. So that's their Reanimator spell. And they're tapped out. Okay. We're basically cooked, though. Just too many lands. Too slow. Alright. It does have haste, at least, so it's a big hit for 10 on the turn. Another land! Okay. Accept your fate. We can end our turn here. A fling spell would be, in theory, very good there. Something that we've considered while building the deck, but is it going to be consistent enough, right? We don't know. We don't think so. Could be, though. Would have been lethal there. Let's see if we can still pull out the win. An 8-10 is massive. And what is this bringing back even? I don't know. Just terror and that's the whole turn? Mind Bidden. Okay, we lose our creature. They get all the creatures and hit for lethal. So, looks like Fling would have been the appropriate play in the deck to get the win here. Just saying. Let's consider that in the, the outro. All right, Leyline Warp is a very cool deck. Something that actually whooped me in the early access event with the Giantcraft Helm and the Quantum Riddler. I didn't expect it. we didn't really have the list, so we built it on our own, discovering the Leyline Weaver, something that at least they didn't play in that specific matchup. It could have been in that deck. I'm not entirely certain. You don't get to see a person's whole deck, right? However, this card with that warp mechanic is ungodly. On that note, wouldn't this be really good with the other Temur deck that's utilizing the Temur Battlecrier, for example, as well as the Trailblazer? That goes there, and it makes it go infinite a little bit easier, I think. So that could be problematic. Floodmaw, additional interaction. Spell Pierce, additional interaction. Plasma Bolt, Reach, which is a little bit better maybe than Torch the Tower since we're an aggro deck. However, you don't get the Exile. Thoughts on that? The Fling would have worked out multiple times for us. Maybe something that we consider. Molten Duplication, additional aggro pressure. We wouldn't mind it. The Siege, we wanted the Trample. We wanted the Haste, but we already have it through Full Bore, and I think that just works better on a case-by-case basis. And it's not like we need the draw either, so it didn't make the cut. Dragonhawk, a little heavy on the top end, and it's not always that our cards stay in play. However, it was on our radar. Negate, much like Spell Pierce, to just slow our opponents down. Viper, if we wanted to fill, it doesn't really go with the deck at all. I just kind of like the card. Ill-Timed Explosion for the Leyline Weaver would be good with its mana value, just to draw, but irrelevant, I think. The Overlords, both really nice. The Impending, right, is going to untap the Weaver still for us, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. That would be nice. The Whale is one card that could enter. It's got flying. I like that. It's really good with the Helm, because this would be hitting for 7, and you surveil 2 for just 2, and technically 1 if the Weaver's in play. And then, the Mechanooza doesn't have flying, but it can tap creatures, so that's kind of like evasion. And, that's kind of what I had considered for the deck while playing it for these few matches. Having a lot of fun with it. I hope you enjoy. And through the Almond Paths or the Spider-Man set has been a pleasant surprise so far. I know it's a little bit of a smaller set. However, any new cards I'm happy to play with. And just this Leyline Weaver is making it all worthwhile. Let me know your favorite card of the set in the comments below. Of course, subscribe to the channel and leave a like as well. It really does help in these trying times. But most importantly, take care of yourselves and have a magical day. I'll see you soon in the next.